This variation on a Griffith's gnat is easy to tie and really effective. Start with a size 16 dry fly hook. Here I have a J2 105. With red thread, take touching wraps, starting from about the middle of the fly down into the hook bend. The further you go, the longer the hotspot. Make your way back towards the middle of the hook shank and take a few turns with a whip finisher to secure the thread. Snip off the waist and switch to your black tying thread. Take wraps on the bare hook shank up to the eye of the hook, then make your way back right before the bend of the hook. Try to create a relatively level thread base, but you don't need it to be perfect. Strip off about 1 centimeter of fibers from the bottom of your hackle stem. With the shiny top of the hackle facing you and the stem base pointing towards the eye of the hook, strip off another couple millimeters of fibers from the top of the hackle. Face the top of the hackle towards you and place the bare stem against the side of the hook shank closer to you. Take wraps to secure the stem, making sure to avoid catching any fibers. You should leave just a little bit of bare stem exposed to help start the wraps. Then work your thread back to behind the eye of the hook. Bend the hackle stem right at the tie-in point and coax the stem around the hook shank so the fibers stick out perpendicularly. Getting it started nicely will help set the stage for the rest of the wraps. Take even wraps around the body and work your hackle up to behind the eye of the hook. I don't quite take touching wraps here, but you can. The more wraps you take, the more buoyant the fly. Stop about an eye's length before the front edge of the hook shank. Secure your hackle by taking a couple wraps over the waist end of the stem. Try your best not to capture hackle fibers, but you can always trim out any errant fibers after finishing the fly. Trim the waist end of your hackle, then take a 4 or 5 turn whip finish and cut off your excess thread along with any stray fibers. You can apply some head cement for added durability if you wish. For this fly, my hackle was a bit oversized, probably more appropriate for a 14 or a 12. To make sure the fly floats nicely in the water, I trim off the hackle fibers on the underside to match the hook gap. If your hackle is appropriately sized, then you can skip this step. And that's it. Super easy and very similar to a traditional Griffith's gnat. Give it a try and let me know what you think in the comments.